All right, everyone, good evening. We're so happy to be here. First, I want to say thank you so much to the Russian Chabad Center and Rabbi Yair for hosting us over here. I actually remember when the war started between Ukraine and Russia, so they changed it from the Chabad Russian Center to Chabad Russian Speaking Center. You know, not to be aligned with any sides, you know. So Baruch Hashem, we're here, and there is something very interesting that happened today, and I feel that it's important for us to bring it to our conscious and then maybe to connect it to our parsha. So there was lots of traffic today, as you know, and the reason for that traffic was Trump. We always blame Trump, right? Hazbe Khalila, we always give him credit for everything. Like people think he's Mashiach or something, he's not. But he's definitely another step that getting us closer. And there was crazy traffic today in Miami. Why? Because he decided that he's going to speak in front of some very successful people that are in charge of the economy in the United States of America. By the way, a ticket to get in was $15,000. Nothing to compare to the private parties they had after the inauguration, we actually cost $1 million. So everybody had a second opportunity today to meet him in person and to get a great experience. And he says something that I feel it's important because in a way, he's talking to us. And he was talking about the 700 acres of his golf club in Doral. You know the Trump Doral? There is many Pesach program and events and weddings and stuff. So he was talking about that this beautiful piece of real estate, 700 acres, actually got approved by the city of Doral to build 15,000 units, right? And then he say, why do I need to do those things as the president? Why do I care? I'm just gonna keep that golf club as is, and this is the best golf club in America. And I'm not talking about real estate or opportunities or what's make more money, golf club or having thousands of units. But the question is, what does it mean when he say when you are president? What do you mean? And if you're not president, it means that as a president, you have different mindsets, different perspective, different points of view. You're not like everyone else. You see things in a different way. It means that leaders have the ability to see reality, to see life the way that we see it in a different way. And the question is, who is a real leader? And can we be leaders? You're born with it, you learn how to become one, you can buy it. Because this world, in a way, the way that you think of it is divided to two groups. There is leaders and followers. And in a way, we all both at the same time. We're followers because we follow other people or things, influencers, either in social media or in life, things that we need or want. And at the same time, we want to be leaders, we want to feel good about ourselves, we want to be like, I'm making decisions, I have free will, I'm doing the right thing. So being a leader, what exactly it means? How you identify a leader? Or you ask yourself, do you want to be a leader? That's a question. Because we see that the moment you're a leader, you feel different. You act different. You're a totally different person. The thing is that what makes a leader being a leader? Power, money, charisma. Anyone, any ideas? What will make a leader great leader?
Vision.
Vision?
Strength. Confidence.
Somebody who makes other people feel like leaders. Guidance.
Confidence.
I like it. What you say?
Someone that works on themselves.
That's a good one.
Someone that takes feedback. He doesn't actually lead himself. The other people lead him.
That's the difference between leader and boss. When you have a boss, he tell you what to do.
Support.
Leader, believe in you, showing you how you can become better. Yes?
Me?
Yes.
Support.
Is what?
Support.
I hear what you're saying.
Support.
Yes. It's amazing to have a good team members that we say, guys, it's amazing.
Has emunat bitachon?
You want to stand over here? I love those people. They always have like the ultimate answer. Yes, you allowed or you're not allowed? Mahloket. You know, they always like have the best answer. What you should have in order to be successful. Emunah bitachon. This is like the Joker card. They always like taking it. You know, I love it. Baruch Hashem. Obviously, you need to be godly, right? You need to be in the moment. Mindfulness. Beautiful words. Tachles. You guys giving me a beautiful understanding and different ways that you see what it means to be a leader. But you know what? When I go to the Torah and I open the book and I see that Moshe Rabbeinu was the great leader of all times. He took a whole nation out of Egypt and he gave the Torah, the 10 Commandments. Actually, last week, any of you pay attention last week when the Baal Kor was reading the Torah? You did it with your head, you know it by heart, 10 Commandments?
Yeah.
So you didn't listen. You did listen? Okay, we believe you, it's okay. 10 Commandments. Moshe Rabbeinu was standing on Mount Sinai and bringing so much power and energy and vision and future to the Jewish people. But Moshe was someone that you'll never imagine can be a leader. Actually, when God told them, Moses, it's you. You're the chosen one. You know what he said? What did he say? Did he jump? He says, yes. No? How you know? You've been there? You remember them? Did he told you? Someone with connections. Moses say, no, I don't want to do it. Lo ba'al dvarim anochi. I'm not the right guy. I don't do those things. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to be in front of, imagine, the king, Pharaoh. And why they going to trust me? So in a way, you may think that, a leader is someone with power, someone who, emunah bitacha, someone who trusts himself. Actually, Moshe Rabbeinu, if you think about it, he actually came to Hashem with kind of questions. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob never asked questions. Whatever happens to them, inshallah, alhamdulillah, good. Never. Why are you laughing? They were Arabs. They weren't living in Germany. That was the language back then. That was the language. So, is the raffle? Wow, guys. Private meeting with Trump. We're gonna raffle tonight. Oh my God. Can I be also in the raffle? So Moshe Rabbeinu, if you think about it, it wasn't a powerful man. He was actually a guy that had a doubt. He asking Hashem, Lama areota la'am hazeh? Why are you making the Jewish people suffer? He wasn't strong. He wasn't powerful. It wasn't like, yes. No. He actually says, I cannot do it. It's not for me. And you know what? I was thinking maybe King David. King David was a great leader. King David actually prepared everything for his son Shlomo, King Solomon, to build Bet HaMikdash. Right? You love King David? King David named after me. My second name is David, so he named after my second name. Great guy, King David. And he was fighting a lot. A lot. They said that when he was born, he was red, he was gingy, and he wanted to kill people. And we're very happy that he killed our enemies. A lot. The Navi said that he used to kill them by thousands of thousands. I was thinking maybe to call them one day, just like to send them one day to Gaza, just do us a favor, one day go there. Seems like the guy knows what he's doing. Yes. So, David Melech Israel, Chai V'Kayam, seems like he was a great leader. But if you actually think about it, you know how many mistakes he did? He himself spoke about his mistakes. He did mistake with his family, with his wife. One of them, he had 14 at the beginning. The guy with his own kids, you know how many issues he had, and wars and fights. King David is a perfect man. When you think of King David, he's a guy that is perfect. His life, he had a good life. He's crying half of the Tehillim. Mimamakim kraticha Hashem, you know. He prayed to God, destroyed my enemies, killed my enemies, had so many enemies. How many enemies do you have? No one? Putin?
I'm from Ukraine.
So Putin. I was right. Exactly. What are you going to do to him? If he's here right now, what are you going to do to him? Yes. If right now Putin is here in the room. No one is here to watch. Don't worry. You can do whatever you want. So David HaMelech had thousands of Putin. You know, and he wasn't even from Ukraine, whatever. And he had those kind of challenges. And he prayed to Hashem, kill them, destroy them, do this, do that, do that. King David is not a leader that you make, says, oh, he had lots of money. Actually, didn't. No money to build. He needed to collect, to buy a piece of property to build Beit HaMikdash. And maybe he wasn't even successful. He was able to build? No. He wanted to build a temple. He wanted to build Beit HaMikdash, and he wasn't able to do it. But we know he's a great leader. Till today, we say, David Melech Israel, Chai Chai Vekayam, David Melech Israel. Right? We sing to him, we're happy. But according to what we're saying, he's not a great leader. So, who is a great leader? If Moshe actually had doubts, and King David had many mistakes. So, we go in our parsha, and we talk about Parashat Mishpatim. Parashat Mishpatim have lots of details and laws and understanding of what to do and what not to do. For example, Midvar Sheker Tirchak. What is Midvar Sheker Tirchak?
Never tell a lie.
That's the translation?
Yeah.
100%.
From a line run.
From a lie,
Run. Or like
run.
distance.
Tivrach is run. So we have machloket over here, you see? One guy say, don't lie, right? And then we have another opinion, says run. So you're right, because actually the Torah says tivrach or tirchak. It means build a distance, get far away, don't get next to it, run. Why? Why just not to say, don't lie, al teshaker? What is tirchak? Why need to be far away from that? What's the point? It seems like the Torah wants to teach you an understanding that when something is not good, you can't be around that. Because what's going to happen to you? It's very easy to influence us. We are followers, as we said, even though we want to be leaders, but at the end of the day, we adjust and we adapt to our surroundings. That's what we do. And that's why the Rambam, right at the beginning, he says on Hilchot Deot that each one needs to choose where we're going to live. Why? Because when you live in a specific place, the environment going to change you. You become someone, and you see it like the Jewish people, we are coming from one father, right? One mother, should I say, one mother. And they're going to different places, and all of a sudden, the Jewish people who went to China, they look Chinese. And the Jewish people who went to Iran, they look Persian, right? And those who went to Morocco, I don't know what they look like. We have a few Moroccans over here. Some of them actually look Ashkenaz. Depends which side. Depends if you eat spicy Moroccan fish or just a regular one. Everyone is different. Everyone how that's possible? If we're all coming from the same source, from the same family, we're all brothers, we're all sisters, how come we look different, right? That's always a question that I ask myself. How this is possible? If you're coming from Arab countries, how come you have in Europe all of the blonde people, Jewish? How that's possible? Do they have something in their DNA? So you can say maybe, something happened during the history, converts or this or that. But actually the Rambam says no. Even if there is no convert and there is no other reason why this is happening, he actually says the moment you live in a country, little by little, you look like them. You become like them. It's crazy. And the influence, it's physically. It's not only in your conscious. It's not just in your mind. You start to become like the one around you. Like you see sometimes with teenagers, they all dress the same. They all look the same. And they don't say, no, I'm unique, right? You're not. You look terrible just like your friends, I mean, no judging, but they grow and then they realize. So the concept of running away from sheker, it's because you don't want to be next to something that will change you, that will influence you without even noticing. So when we're talking about leadership, there is something very important. Number one, the truth. If you don't know the truth, and I know that most of the politicians, they're big liars. Let's be honest. If you're a politician, it's basically being a politician, it's a nickname to a liar. Why? Because they need people to vote for them, and they need to convince you. So they will use any kinds of propaganda, any kinds of manipulation to convince you. But at the end of the day, they just do whatever they want. And in a way, our leaders are actually fake leaders. It's people that they want to take care of themselves, they're not saying the truth, right? And they're not recognizing their mistakes. And this is something very important. If we say that Moses is a leader, what it means? It means that he didn't trust himself. He recognized that he is in the situation to grow, to improve himself. He wasn't comfortable with the situation, but he said the truth. He went to Hashem and he says, I don't know if I'm the guy. I don't know if I'm capable. That's a leader. When you're willing to say the truth, even if you're going to lose from that. It's important because we think that, we justify every loopholes and, to round any corner. But you see with Moshe that he was actually a man who's standing and says, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. A leader number one is when you're able to say the truth. If you're able to deal with the truth. If you're not afraid of the truth. In Hebrew we say, Tistakel la'emet ba'enayim. You know what it means? Look, to the eyes of the truth. It means look inside the truth and don't be afraid. Deal with that. The truth is painful. He also says, ha'emet kohevet. So number one, to be a leader is to deal with reality. If you're not willing to deal with reality, if you're not willing to recognize what's going on around you, you're already not a leader. Why? Because you're following something we call comfort zone. I want to chill, and I have good vibes, everything is good, I don't want to move. It's okay for me. Because you're talking to people, and they know what they need to do, and they still don't do it. Why? Because they're too comfortable in their place. A leader is someone who knows the truth. Number one. Number two, from King David we learn that it's okay to do mistake. It's okay. Nothing happened. You know what's the problem? When you don't recognize it. People who are difficult for them to recognize, they always blame others. No, it wasn't me. You know those people? Wasn't me. No, it was you. Just say yes, sorry. So difficult. The most difficult things to say in life, even more difficult than please and thank you, is sorry. It's like impossible. People are willing to die not to say it. I will give you an example actually. I just learned in the Gemara Sanhedrin. We're learning every morning Daf Yomi. And there's a story in the Gemara talk about someone who committed sin and he deserved to get death penalty. You know that it's legal in Israel, by the way, in America obviously, but also in Israel to give death penalty. They just don't use it, right? Now, one of the death penalty back then, during the time of Bedin, was skila, stoning. You know what it means? Very scary. They take the person, they push them from the roof, from the second floor. Obviously, he's not gonna die because it's like 8-10 feet. So he's falling, and then what are they gonna do to him? They come. I see the ladies on fire. The rocks, bring the rocks, right? Yes, that's what they do. First, they bring a big one on top of his head, right? Boom. And if he's still moving, right? Everybody now go crazy. Imagine. So you. By the way, it seems like according to the Gemara that it's almost never happened because it's very difficult to find out all the laws and the rules to actually bring it to reality. But the concept is there, and the concept in side point. This is not the topic. It's because this life is temporary, and it's only to bring you to a better place. But if you don't do it, so there's no point to be here, right? For example, if you take a bus or an Uber, taxi to get in a specific destination, and then the driver is taking you to the wrong destination, what are you gonna do? You're gonna leave the bus, you're gonna leave the taxi, you're gonna get another one. So it's not so bad to leave this world unless you leave this world before you were able to fulfill yourself, before you were able to actually become someone. I will tell you something. Unfortunately, yesterday it's very sad, and usually I don't like those sad things, but this is life and we're not babies, so we can talk about it. But I was in a funeral yesterday of a baby that was 1 year old, unfortunately, and the Brit Milah of this baby, Ariel Ben Shiraz, was, you know the family? So the Brit Milah was actually in our shul. And, I took the baby. And they were in our shul on Shabbat, They had a baby, and then a week later we did the Brit Milah. It was very emotional, everyone was there. And then a year later, he actually passed away, a year and 3 weeks old. And you know, you take the coffin on in something like that small, and you cry, you just cry. Now I need to be there, and the rabbis thought they like, hey, say something. I'm like, I don't know how to do it, guys. I don't do those things. And I'm crying, I'm in tears with the family. You see the parents, you see the grandfather screaming, you know, and he says it's not fair. A grandfather is not supposed to be in the funeral of his grandson, and he's right. And you're there in the moment, and obviously you're trying to, you know, to be positive and understand that this is a holy neshama. It's not a regular, whatever takes tzaddikim 100 years to work and learn and to achieve. This baby did it in a year. He came just to do a special tikkun. But still, you going back home with heavy heart, heavy feeling, because you see how life is like that. And by the way, was because of a little piece of pancake. The father gave him pancake, and the last piece, something he just got choked, and that's it. And everyone was there, Atzala and emergency, and they took him to the hospital, and I don't know. Kadosh Baruch Hu, for 38 minutes, they weren't able to take this little piece of pancake. And you hear the story, and you see the mother literally on the floor next to her, you know, baby, and what are you gonna do, right? It's painful, because it's not someone big that did in his life. So I'm going back, and I have a chavruta that is, he's like a personal trainer for people. He came from New York, and he's basically worked with people of body and soul, not just like physical kinds of working out, but also, you know, mindset and conscious and soul. So we're going back, and with this, you know, heavy feeling of what happened, and we had a discussion how you know, describe success, because the most difficult thing for us is to see when someone is living this world as a baby. Why we're so sad? Because he wasn't able to do bar mitzvah, to get married, to have kids, to open a business, to learn, to have a life, right? So you look at it and you feel like there is so much opportunities over here, and abilities and talents and skills, and poof, gone. And that's difficult. That's difficult, because no one cry when someone, you know, 80, 90 years old die. It's just this life, you know, everybody gonna die at some point. But when someone wasn't able to bring his potential to reality, that's painful. Tragedy, that's how we call it. So I'm talking with a guy, and we're having a conversation, what it means success. When you think of success, what it means. You wanna be successful? Yes, you wanna be successful, you do. What it means to be successful. Be rich? No, not to be rich. I want to be rich.
It depends on the person.
Actions to fulfill your soul. What you're saying?
It depends on the person. Like each person.
Like it. You cannot say my success. It's your success. Because if my father is multi-billionaire, I wish, and I'm making 10,000 a month, it's GMG. You know what is GMG? Garnish means garnished. It's nothing. Your father is a billionaire, make money. But if your father is no one, and you started from zero, and you're making 10,000 when you're 20 years old, it's a big success. Wow, kol hakavod, chazak ubaruch. Remember to give maaser to the shul, right? So it depends on who are you, what's your background, what's your capabilities. Yes.
Can I give you a refuah to say?
Yes.
Like a name? Betzalel Yehuda.
So the class will be the refuah of
Betzalel Yehuda.
Tzar Yehuda
Ben Chana Henyan.
and Chana and Hashem for him and for all of Am Yisrael. We need refuah shlema be'ezrat Hashem. So
I would say being successful is being happy with your lot in life.
I will take this answer before yesterday, but after yesterday, last night I went to meet someone in South Beach, and I'm walking next to Lincoln Road, and I see lots of homeless, you know, on the floor over there, next to Walgreens, and they were very happy, very, very happy. Whatever they smoked or took, or I don't know, but they were so happy. I was like, you want to go back to store? I said, I'm going to chill over here with whatever you have, you know. Being happy, it's nice, but it's a result of achievement. It's a result of accomplishment. It's not the goal itself. We're not here to be happy. If you do the right thing, you'll be happy automatically. It means happiness, it's a result of self-achievement, of growth, of accomplishment. So I like the answers that I'm getting over here because usually people refer to success as money. Oh, this guy, big house, nice car, beautiful wife, successful. Maybe his life miserable. Maybe he suffers with his kids. Maybe he doesn't feel good. Maybe his potential is so big and he doesn't use it. So that doesn't mean that you're successful. I believe that success is the ability to bring to reality your potential, your capabilities, your talents, your skills, your energy, your power, to bring it to reality. If you can become someone and you don't do it, you know, there was, I think it was Rabbi Yair, one of the rabbis, and they were talking with the Natzim Mivolozhin, Naftali, Tzvi Yehuda, and they were saying that when you will go to heaven, you know, they're not going to ask you why you weren't this rebbetzin, or why you were not this big guy who were helping so many organizations. They're going to ask you why you didn't fulfill the ability of David, the potential of David. That's what you need to do. So you're right, you can't really compare success of this guy and the other guy. So success, it means to bring your potential, your capabilities to reality. And how you do it? When you learn from your mistakes. When you understand that, you know what? Maybe that was not right, I will try to do something else. And when you do it, you become a leader. King David was a leader because Apam Odet Hashem, that's the name of the Jewish people, goes both ways. It's the ability to say thank you, and also the ability to say, I'm sorry. Right? Lehodot in Hebrew refer to things. Lehodot, to say thank you, to show gratitude, to be grateful, but also it means what? Confession, actually, to admit, to recognize a mistake, ani modeh ba'ashma, right? So we're learning in Masechet Sanhedrin about this guy who deserved to get that penalty. And the way that he goes, the right before they're going to kill him, so he need to say, you know, chatati, avit, pashati, like he's doing vidui, confession, and basically asking forgiveness, and he's doing teshuvah. But then there was an opinion over there. What if actually he didn't do it? What if he didn't do it? What do you think? Let's say he didn't do it. It was false witnesses, and he actually didn't do it. He's going right now to be killed just because, but he didn't do it. So it's very difficult, very painful, right? So he can say, you know, I didn't do it. So the Gemara says, no one allowed to say it. Why? Because even those who did and commit the sin, just for the little ego and gava and being arrogant and to get a little bit of respect before they being killed, they prefer to lose their future in the world to come, to lose heaven, to lose the opportunity to fix themselves for a second of what people going to think about me. You know this feeling? What people are going to say about me? What people, how they think, you know? That person is going to be killed right now. And he's going directly to Olam Haba. And he's willing to give away this opportunity. So for 1 second, he will say to the guy, I didn't do it. Instead of saying, sorry, I did it. You see from here that it's so difficult to take responsibility. And this is the difference, by the way, between kids and adults. Kids don't take responsibility. Never. It's very rare that you're going to see something messy, dirty in the house, and then the kids, who did it? Think about it. That someone from the kids is going to be like, oh, I did it, let me clean it. So rare, it's never going to happen. Either they're going to lie, I didn't do it. So who came? The neighbor came to the house to do it, you know? Or they're going to blame each other. He did it, you know? This is like when they go to the next level of not only lying about themselves, but snitching on someone else. See the time that they get a slap. This is basically the step. It was like, you know, they prepare you for that. They don't take responsibility. You know why? Because they're kids. Kids don't have the ability to understand, I did something, I'm responsible. I need to deal with the consequences of my actions. Adults, they better do it. They better understand that, yes, we need to be responsible for our actions. Being a leader is not being someone rich, powerful, full of himself. That's not a leader. That's maybe a politician and a liar. Leader is someone who knows the truth, like Moshe Rabbeinu, who understands his power and he's humble. And he says, God, I don't think I'm the right guy, but if you want me, I will do my best. Leader is someone like King David, who says, sorry, I did a mistake. Hatati aviti pashati. Shamra nafshi ki chasid ani. God, sorry, I did a mistake. You know how difficult it is to go to someone and say, sorry? You know, I think all of you are singles, and very soon we're going to have lots of chatunot. Biggest challenge in marriage, biggest challenge, I'm giving you now a free class for Shalom Bayit. Biggest challenge is to be able to see the other person and to be responsible and to understand action, reaction. We only see ourselves. And we can judge someone else for whatever they do. When it's coming to us, it's okay, you know, that's what they do, but we're judging everyone, even in your head. You come into the room and you judge people. How they talk, how they walk, how they dress, what they do, who they are. You judge them in your head. You know, you're very nice outside. Nice to meet you, you know. But in your head, you're judging. You know, you're looking at them as like, oh, this guy, this, that. We're all judging, but ourselves, we're in love with ourselves. We are the best. We are like, wow, God has created us as an image of himself, and that's how we walk. And being able to say, you know what, it's not. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, because if I would be perfect, I won't be here. You guys are perfect, yeah, don't take it personal. All of you are amazing people. I'm talking for myself. I'm not perfect. I'm not, right? And I'm happy for that. And I think it's the best thing that happened to me. Because when you're not perfect, you work on yourself. You grow. You can achieve. The Parsha of this week, Mishpatim, give us so many rules that if you just read it like that, it feels like annoying. You get upset, overwhelmed, so many details. And it's difficult. Why is it difficult? Because we just want to have life. We just want to do our things. But when you understand that all of those little pieces of the puzzle creating a big picture of how each one of us can be a leader. Because leader is not leader of someone else. Leader is being leader of yourself, of your desires, temptations, thoughts, words, emotions, feelings, actions. Who is the leader? You? You're the leader of your emotions, or your emotions of the leader of yourself? It means something doesn't go the way you want. You're getting upset? You angry? You can say yes, it's okay, we're all the same. It means that you let something from the outside to change you. You let something of someone else or a situation to influence the way you're behaving right now. You're not a leader. Being a leader is to say, I'm not perfect, I'm doing mistakes, maybe I cannot do it, but I'm here to work. And I'm here to, not necessarily care about what other people think about me, but do the right thing. I think I told you that one time. Bill Gates says, if you want people to love you, you want everyone to love you, you want everyone to love you, you want? So we'll tell you what Bill Gates says. If you want everyone to love you, sell ice cream. Who's gonna hate you selling ice cream? But we don't wanna be, all day long selling ice cream. We wanna do more things. The moment you start to do things, someone will get upset. Why? Because you're stepping in the place of someone. Someone can get jealous. Someone can look at you and judge you. Leader is someone that are able to make decisions, stick to the truth, improve himself, even if other people don't like it. It's a big mistake. People think that leader is someone who have followers. It's actually the opposite. Leader is someone who's doing the right thing even when he doesn't have followers. When people look at him and says, don't do it. And look around. We live in the United States of America today, 2025, and we can see in our own eyes what it means to have a strong leader. Someone who doesn't care what people are going to say about him. When you're trying to be nice, you basically ruin your ability to become a leader. There is a book, I think called why not to be Mr. Nice, or don't be the nice guy, something like that, and talk about that some people, they want to be the nice guy, and they always want to, make sure that everyone is happy with them. I don't know, for sure, each one of you, either you're like that, or you know people around you that are like that. And you know what happened? That they think if they're gonna be like that, people will respond the same way, right? But it's not, it's the opposite. People take advantage of you. You nice people take advantage of you. And that's build kind of, rejection that you feel inside. And those nice people, they go crazy. But because they already build a reputation that they're nice people, they need to keep that kind of face, right? And the book says, stop being the nice guy. Be the right guy. Do the right thing. Do the truth. I'm not saying that if you see someone now eating over here, you're gonna go snitch to the balabait. I see someone. No. The truth, it means you know what is the right thing. You're not afraid of the truth. And that's what I want everyone to live, because you starting your life. If it's marriage or business, family, education, career, college, you start your life. Be a leader. Don't be afraid to look to the truth in the eyes. Don't be afraid that someone is not gonna like you necessarily. It's okay. It's okay. You're not here to have lots of friends. And I see it as a rabbi of the community when people are coming to me when they're 67 years old and they say, all my life I was trying to have friends, and at the end of the day, I stay with wife and kids, the people that I put the list of the priority, that were not on the top, but those are the people with me right now. And I was running all my life to make everyone happy around me, friends that now I realize they were only friends of themselves. And as long as I provided and I was nice and I was able to do friends, the moment it stopped, it's over. Right now you start your life. And if you look for a soulmate, you know how many women you need? One. You don't need everyone to like you. You don't need everyone to love you. You don't need to be the centerpiece. You need one. One, the truth, real connection, real ability to communicate, to open your heart, to love, to understand, to be the leader of the relationship. Leader of a relationship, it means that you're coming from a good place, not from a place of I need. Because when you come from a place I need, that's the secret number one of divorce. The moment people need, they're not gonna be able to get what they need, they're out. But if you're coming not from place of need, you're coming from place, this is the right thing. So even if it's difficult, so what? This is the right thing to do. When you're coming to give and to share and to grow, so it's difficult, you deal with that because you're the leader. You're not afraid of the situation. You're not afraid of what people are going to say. Same thing with business. You start your own business, everyone wants to be successful. If it's coming to business, it's business. You know how many people will try the moment you become successful to take you down? Everyone, including myself, should leave this class and to have at least for the rest of the week till Shabbat, we're going to read Parashat Mishpatim, those questions in our head. Who am I? Do I want to be a leader? What it means to be a leader in my head? How can I be a successful person? What it means to be successful? Do I care what people think about me? Or do I care what I can be? That's the question. Do I do things only to make people around me happy? Or do I do the right thing? That's what we need to put in our head. And to make sure that when it's the lie, the sheker, tirchak, run. Live it. Don't be around it. And when this is the right thing, stick to it. And if you do mistake, and if you're not perfect, it's okay. Because Moshe Rabbeinu wasn't perfect. And King David wasn't perfect. But they were leaders. And they were leaders that till today, they were the great leaders of the Jewish people. You know why? Because they weren't afraid to recognize their mistakes and to grow. You're walking out and tell yourself, I can grow, and it's okay if I'm not perfect. I will be more and more, better and better. Let's everyone be the leader we can be. Thank you. So who is going to be the next leader? I need to have more me's over here. Yes. Mendel, the next leader. Amazing. Guys, don't be afraid of your potential. Don't be afraid of your capabilities. And Be'ezrat Hashem, you'll be able to do it. Daniel, Chazaku Baruch, L'chaim, L'chaim, everyone. It's water, first time I do L'chaim with water.